Hi, my name's Daniel Yoxheimer, and this show is The Spectre. So, I was watching, of course, some of the video from the recent CPAC convention, and of course, Phil Robertson was there, one of the keynote speakers or whatever. I'm not really that familiar with CPAC because I'm not what would consider conservative in this country. But it was insane. I can't believe some of the shit this guy could say. He of course, he went into the, venereal disease thing. For some reason, he went into the stats about venereal disease. And he came there with this Bible that was, the spine of it had duct tape on it to hold it together. I mean, this guy's worth millions of dollars, but he can't, he has a Bible with fucking duct tape on it, so he seems just like you. And he looks like he'd been in the mountains for like 6 months. He looked more unkempt than Tom Hanks in Castaway. It was just like, really, do you have to put this whole air of I'm just a common hillbilly like you or whoever they're talking to or they're trying to manipulate, and they're using him to manipulate the voters, because and the thing that annoys me about this the most, and I'm not trying to, hey, you have the right to believe in anything you want, and I don't care if I find it completely ignorant and hateful, maybe, perhaps. But the thing with him, he actually, it's like, okay, I'm a millionaire, and Phil Robertson he's a millionaire. I have a television series, so I get to have a say in the public discourse. I really do, and I get to have relevance in it, even though he's completely full of shit, which he is. But he went on, to say that I think 110 million, you want to have venereal diseases, and like, what level of those diseases is actually like, like really bad, like, HIV/AIDS or something like that. I don't know. And he didn't break it down because he doesn't deal in facts, or he doesn't deal in rationale when discussing facts. He didn't talk about the how many, over 100 million Americans are unemployed. He of course had to allude to the fact that, oh, Duck Dynasty, we didn't need any government assistance when we started all Duck Dynasty, and then he went into capitalism and all the virtues of capitalism, and that's fine. Yeah, I believe in free market solutions. But, we have a lot of crooked, greedy people in this country, and I would like, I would like there to be some oversight to keep these people in line so they don't fuck over their employees, because I've been one of those employees more than a few times in my life. So I don't really give a shit. I would never want to work for Phil Robertson, because he is a fucking asshole. He really is. He's a fucking dick. At least I shave from time to time, and, I think take a bath. He actually doesn't bathe during hunting season. He must fucking reek. I don't know how Miss K puts up with that shit. But I've had it with these assholes, and I've had it with these douchebags on these reality programming, period. I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm sick of TLC with the people that they parade out, and I've talked about this before. But I was, of course, me and my fiance were watching, what was it? Oh, Sister Wives with Cody Brown. Everybody says, oh, he's such a great guy, and dip-de-dip-de-doo. No, he's fucking weird. He's a goofball. And the Duggars, having 19 kids. I mean, she's been having kids up into her mid-40s, which is very dangerous and irresponsible. It's irresponsible to have 20 kids, and it's insane to have multiple wives and almost 20 kids. It's fucking crazy. Does anybody ever address the fact that basically what you're doing is incredibly irresponsible and just insane? Really? I mean, Cody Brown's rationale for having 4 wives is his religion, and he's going back to the 1800s. with Mormonism. And it's like, okay, because what John Smith, and who cares what that con artist he was? I mean, John Smith was the L. Ron Hubbard of the 1800s. He just came up with some bullshit. I mean, yeah, Mormonism, yeah, I'm comparing it to Scientology. Because, I mean, all religions to me are fucking batshit. I don't care. Sorry, yeah, I said it. But Mormonism, you get to have 4 wives, and his whole, I mean, it's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. How does this, it's an unequitable situation. If, you don't get to do that. Really, you don't. Just because of your religion. If you're polyamorous and you want to swing, that's one thing. It is. Because at least that's honest about it. This, you're just coming up with a rationale which makes you look basically palatable to America. Because, oh, well, it's in where we're married, and, well, I'm married to one legally, and the rest of them are spiritual unions, so it's okay. Not really. It's a little goofy. It's not fair to the women. They're like kind of, they can't go out and, get another male companion on the side while you're with one of the wives. They have to take turns with you, which is fucked up. And I think it is. I mean, Cody Brown is an egotistical, power-mongering asshole like most religious people, I think, are in a lot of cases. Religious leaders. He's a fucking cult leader. And so is Jim Bob Duggar from 19 Kids and Counting. He's a fucking cult leader. They've actually, this interesting thing about 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggars, their house is, they've made it officially a church, so I guess somehow they don't have to pay taxes on it. They always have these little loopholes. I mean, Jim Bob Duggar was a politician in Arkansas. I think he was a state legislator of some kind. But he's a crooked politician. He really is. And religious people, like mobsters, they love those connections. They want connections. And then they cry out when anyone doesn't agree with them that they're being unfairly persecuted, because they have such a fucking persecution complex, all of them. I don't care. I don't think it should be illegal that you believe what you believe, and I don't think it should be illegal that Cody Brown has 4 wives if those women are willing to participate in that arrangement. But I still think it's stupid. It is stupid. But these are the people that get a voice, in this world. They do, in our country. These are the people that get a voice. Because this country's full of religious nuts. We have the most people per capita who believe in angels. So people like Phil Robertson, who's a fucking dickhead, he is. I mean, really, don't you have enough? Do you have to take precedence in the public discourse when it comes to any issue? You're already a millionaire. You have a fucking TV show. What the fuck more do you need, asshole? A razor? You should, because you need to fucking shave. All of you need to shave. And that's bullshit anyway. They're all a bunch of yuppies. He always goes around, he talks about yuppies. Oh, they're a bunch of yuppies. Well, I know yuppies that don't have as much money as you do. They don't even have near the net worth you do. So don't even fucking start with that shit. And you are Phil Robertson. You're a hateful, miserable old prick. I fuck you, okay? The thing that annoys me the most, he does criticize Obama. He doesn't say his name, but he criticized, we need godly men in office. Spiritual, godly men. That's what we need in office. And didn't Willie and his wife Corey go to the State of the Union at least more than once? I think he actually met Obama. Willie from Duck Dynasty. Why does Willie from Duck Dynasty get to go meet Obama? I voted for Obama twice, and Willie from Duck Dynasty goes to get to see him because he's rich. He didn't vote for him. He disagrees with him. I mean, basically, they think he's a socialist weasel. So why the fuck did the Duck Dynasty people get access to the president, especially Willie? Willie's a dick too. He was at that CPAC event and he was there applauding. Here, Dad, say more crazy shit. I mean, fuck him. I'm so annoyed with these people. I have had it. I've fucking had it. I hate this country. I really do. This country is so fucking full of shit. And if the Republicans get in power again, as far as at least the White House is concerned, we're totally doomed. But the thing about the Republican Party, which I would have some modicum of respect for them if they ran people who seemed like they could talk about their policies in a way that I could have respect for them. If you talked about the free market system, you talk about this and that. And yes, you talk about religious freedom. Religious freedom means you have the freedom to subscribe to a religion, or be of faith, or not. That's called freedom of religion. I don't subscribe to a religion. I don't know what the fuck's out there, whatever. That's just me. I can't. The only honest answer I could give anyone if they ask me, do I believe in God? How the fuck am I supposed to know? Never met him, sorry. Sorry, it's usually some ex-fucking junkie or some idiot asshole who blames the fact that Jesus wasn't in his life as the reason they used to get drunk and knock your wife around. Fuck you. I don't give a shit, honestly. Take your religion and go fuck yourself. I don't want it in my life. Get off my fucking front porch if you're a Mormon. I don't want to talk about it, any more than they would want to listen to me. When it came down to it, if I went to one of the Robertsons' front porch, I'd like to talk to you about science and that the Earth is a little older than 5,000 years old, and that about evolution, and if I wanted to talk to him about that, they'd get pissed off. They wouldn't want to, Phil Robertson wouldn't want to listen to me because he doesn't want to listen to anybody but himself. Ultimately. And we all have to listen to people like this because they think they're right about everything. And I don't think I'm right about everything. I really don't. I'm willing to listen to somebody who's smart, who I get the sense that is smart. I don't think Phil Robertson's very smart. He's not like clinically stupid or whatever. I'm not implying that. He's just in his little box because that's where he feels safe. You want to stay in that little... people, to me, who are religious need to stay in that little box, and they need to wear their silly hat and pray or whatever to feel safe, to feel like, they're forgiven. And it's a total lie when Phil Robertson says, I love you all. I love you all, but then I'm going to go on to tell you how much I hate everything else that isn't me. He does. It's insane what he says. He goes on about loving, he says money doesn't matter and stuff like that, but then he goes on about capitalism, which is, I believe in the free market too, but he goes on to basically say, and he bashes the Environmental Protection Agency. We need to get rid of the EPA. It's like, really? We need to get rid of the fuck. What the fuck do you know? Really, did you do like some sort of, are you a climatologist? Are you a scientist of any kind? Do you do any studies, like actual studies of our our impact on the planet and how we've been a detriment to it on any level? Have you done that? No, of course he hasn't done that. All he wants to do is go out in the woods and shoot varmints because that's what he does. He invented a fucking duck whistle, and we're supposed to listen to this asshole. He's like the male Sarah Palin. It's just like, they use Sarah Palin as a Republicans use her as a spokesperson, basically, okay? But, everybody hates Obama, but he's been elected twice, and if, let's say Sarah Palin, for instance, we all heard one of her speeches recently at a Republican or conservative-related convention. It was in Iowa. Anyway, last minute, we all have that gut check, really. When Obama first ran, we didn't want John McCain because he was too fucking old. He was like 70 at the time, almost. And Sarah Palin was a selfish little, pageant runner-up. She wasn't very smart either, and she's not very smart. Second time, then you had like freaking Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan's a little shady politician, you can tell. And Mitt Romney's a crazy Mormon. Who needs these fucking people in office? And Christians hate Mormons deep down, and this country's full of mostly, Christians, even though Mormonism is a very fast-growing religion in this country, and they're quite powerful too. But I wouldn't vote for him. I don't want to really, honestly, I don't want anyone in office who's religious anymore. I've had it with this fucking Bible thumping. I don't want anyone, personally, if I was gonna choose someone, I wouldn't want someone who consults with a book of fairy tales before they make a decision. And it's bullshit. It's fucking nonsense. That's all it is. It's nonsense. That book doesn't mean fucking shit. Do you believe in the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve, that happened? Or Noah's Ark? Do you believe that happened? Do you believe someone died and was killed and then came back from the dead? Has that ever happened? Did you ever see that happen? Did you ever witness that? You know why it didn't happen? Because it's not possible. Because it's bullshit. And this country has to cut the shit. It has to get the bullshit. It's got to get rid of all this bullshit in the public discourse when it comes to, making this country a place that is actually the greatest country on the planet, if you want to call it that. And start doing things right. And stop going on about fucking ISIS and Islamo-fascist terrorism. All it is Christianity likes to go to war with fucking Islam. And I'm fucking had it with Islam, and I've had it with Christians. I've fucking had it with them. I've had it with this religious bullshit, bogging us down. And that's what it does. And if it makes people do such crazy fucking shit, maybe it's just no good. I don't know. That's just me.